Hey guys, it's Mike Hansen. I am back with our second installment of our pain series. And thank you so much for the feedback that we've gotten back. And it's the number one pain that most golfers deal with, and that's lower back pain. So we're going to address lower back pain today. I'm going to do two different installments because there's two different things I feel that will cause lower back pain. The first one is what we see in most of our office workers or people that sit at a desk is poor posture. And that is so hard on the body, number one, and then when you try and swing a golf club, it makes it even harder. So today we're going to talk about posture and how you can improve your posture to help with lower back pain. So today we're going to talk about poor posture and how it affects your everyday life. So Gentry is going to demonstrate what we look for is we see some people that have a big sway in their lower back, and then we see some people that have more of a tilt in their lower back this way, so their back is flatter. So in golf, we want to make sure we have a neutral posture, which is a flat back. What happens is when we sit a lot, these muscles in the front, they're called the hip flexors, get too tight, and they pull on the pelvis down this way, which creates a little bit of a sway in the back. So we want to make sure when we set up to our golf posture that there's not a big sway. So one thing you want to look at is stand in front of a mirror and look and see if you have that arch, or we call it an S posture, arch in your back, or when you set up to a golf ball, if you have that S posture. This can put a lot of stress on the lower back. And then the opposite is if your pelvis is pulled way under this way and your shoulders are hunched, that's a really bad posture for your golf swing. Also a posture that's not conducive for working at a computer all day, but sometimes is caused by that. So this is sometimes caused by tightness in the hamstring, and then also combated with tightness here is just going to put too much added stress on your lower back. So I'm going to show you two exercises that are great for helping with that posture in your lower back. So one thing, a great exercise that you can do is what we call pelvic tilts. And that is basically laying in the supine position with your knees bent and what you're going to do is you're going to arch your back. So you're going to try and make room. If I stuck my hand under your back, you'd want to make room. So you're pushing your butt into the ground and chest comes up. So we call that arching the back. And then you're going to flatten the back. So if I had my hand here, you're going to push down as hard as you can, and you're going to feel your pelvis pull back, and you should feel your glutes squeeze as well, the butt cheeks. So what we're going to do is you're going to go back and forth. So you're going to arch, flatten, arch, flatten. So do that for about 30 seconds, and that's really going to give you a sense of where you have tightness. You may have tightness when you flatten, and you may have tightness when you arch, and you may not be able to do either one. But try and just stick something, maybe roll up a small towel and put it under there, and then make room for it, and then push down on it. And do that for about 30 seconds for about 3 times, and that's going to really help get you a little more range of motion in that pelvic region. So the second exercise is a stretch for what we call the hip flexor muscle. It's basically the muscles that flex the hip. And one of the main ones in there is called the psoas, and the psoas will start here and it'll go up through your pelvis and actually attaches to the spine. So by stretching this, it's going to make a big effect in how your lower back posture is. So one thing you want to do is you want to get down on one knee with a soft pad on the knee. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to feel like you're going to flex or squeeze your butt cheek of the knee that's down. So on my left knee, you're going to squeeze, and your belt buckle is actually going to come up. So your pelvis is going to do that tilt. Like if you were on the floor doing the pelvic tilt when you flatten your back, it's going to do that same thing. And you should feel a big stretch right in the front of your hip. And you're just going to hold this for about 30 seconds, squeezing the glute, pushing the belt buckle up. Do that for about 3 times for 30 seconds. Once you've done that and you want a little bit more of a stretch, what you can do is you can raise your arm over your head and push forward even harder, and you're going to get even bigger stretch in that hip flexor. One thing that I see a lot of people do is they push forward like this and they arch their back, and you're just going to put more stress on your lower back and not really stretch the hip flexor. So be sure to engage that glute muscle, pushing the pelvis forward, and you'll feel a big stretch. Try not to lunge forward this way because you could put too much added stress on your lower back. Try that for 3 times, 30 seconds each time, and of course do it on both legs. So there's 2 great exercises, one mobility and one flexibility that you can do if you have a sway back, which looks like this, or if you notice you have a flat back, or your back hurts when you stand up from your chair from sitting at the desk for a long period of time. Try those 2 exercises, and that's going to help with your posture. Next week, I'm going to talk about lower back pain and the fault of rotation and how that can play into big injuries and lower back pain as well, with the golf swing involved. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next week.